Hello. I just did a short video yesterday on border income. I want to tell you a little bit more about it today, and I really believe this is important. I have done a lot of FHA loans in my life. I've underwritten a lot of FHA loans, and one of the biggest hangups is your top ratio. They do look at that, and the top ratio, also called the housing ratio, the front end ratio, what that is your house payment, your principal and interest, your taxes, your insurance, your mortgage insurance. And that amount is divided into your gross monthly income that we can use to qualify you. What happens is we get towards the end of the process where we finally got all the documentation we need to prove what your income is. And then maybe you said your overtime was roughly $300 a month. Well, we get the verification of employment and it shows that it averages more like 150 bucks a month. Sometimes your housing expense ratio is so high that the minute we lower your income just a smidge, we suddenly can't get you approved for the loan. So, this is why border loan or border income is so important. The reason is FHA eventually said, okay, we know border income is a real thing. People rent out their room or a part of their house or their basement to somebody else. And if they can prove that they have been getting this income for at least 24 months, then they'll consider using that. And when you consider it, whatever you rent your room out for or the basement, maybe it's $400 a month, maybe it's seven. It's going to be different wherever you're at. But that income could make all the difference for you qualifying for a low down payment, affordable home loan with FHA. So when FHA came out yesterday and said they're going to be taking questions on how this will work at the end of January this month, but that overall they have made an announcement that starting in March, FHA case numbers assigned in March. I can tell you about that more later, but they're going to let us do 12 months. That's a big change. That means you could start right now planning for it. Maybe you've been thinking about renting part of your house out, and now you might be more inclined to do that because it can help you qualify for a higher priced home because we can prove that you have rental income. And we would have to prove that you started receiving it 12 months ago. So you still might be a way off. If you don't have border income and your income ratios are tight, we can let you know that too. We can work with you on it, but it's just a really good idea to think about it. And I'm going to prepare a little checklist of things you need to consider on border income and what you need to do, because it's not going to just be like you say, here's a written agreement, there's my border income. We're going to have to prove it. So we need proof of rental income being deposited into an account, an agreement, a written agreement with you and the border. So there's things that you will need to do, but it's not impossible, and you don't have to have tax returns documenting it. That's another thing. Bank statements can work. So I want to help you with it. I want to tell you how important this is for FHA loans. Conventional loans don't have as strict requirements on their top ratio or their front end ratio. FHA loans, about 44% of your gross income is all they're really going to allow for the most part. So think about it. Think about any questions you might have. They are still rolling this out and they are still going to take questions from other lenders like me, and they're going to clarify how this could work. So, one thing we're thinking about is what if you have somebody that lives with you, maybe even a spouse, but they can't qualify to go on the loan? Can we use their payment to you as a border? I don't know. We're certainly going to look into it for you, though. So, this is just an evolving thing that's happening. I wanted you to be aware of it because it really is a game changer. I think I don't like saying game changer all the time, but this really could help people get into the home they want if we can help them use that border income and afford the home they want. So, that's all I have for now. I will be posting more on this because I'm really excited about it. As a former FHA underwriter, I can't tell you how many times I cringed, like, oh my gosh, we lost some income here. We are so tight on ratios. What are we going to do? Border income would have saved the day. Okay, that's all. Thanks.